Welcome back to the channel. Imagine holding a coin that isn't just spare change, but a true piece of Australia's history. Imagine the pride of the Commonwealth Games, the celebration of Federation, the timeless symbols on the coat of arms, the royal legacy of the Silver Jubilee, and the family bond captured in the family coin. Each one tells a powerful story, and some are worth far more than 50 cents today. Let's uncover their secrets. First up, the 1982 Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin is one of the most fascinating pieces in Australian numismatic history. Issued to celebrate the Brisbane Commonwealth Games, it holds a very special place among collectors, not just because of its commemorative design, but because of the extreme rarity of a unique variety that has become legendary. At first glance, it looks like any other 12-sided Australian 50-cent coin, struck in copper nickel and bearing the familiar Queen Elizabeth II portrait on the obverse. On the reverse, however, is a bold, stylized representation of the Commonwealth Games symbol, with radiating lines that capture the energy and spirit of the international sporting event. While millions of these coins were minted for circulation, a single mistake during the striking process created one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever discovered in Australia. That singular error transformed an ordinary, commemorative piece into a true treasure of modern coinage. The high-grade market value of the 1982 Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin has reached astonishing levels, with one example fetching as much as $120,000 at auction. This figure is almost unthinkable for a coin so recent, but it reflects both the unmatched rarity of the variety and the fierce competition among collectors who seek to own one of the greatest numismatic trophies in the country. What makes it even more incredible is that for many years, people spent this coin in everyday transactions, never realizing that a tiny difference in its design or minting could one day make it worth more than a luxury car or even a house deposit. Collectors often describe this coin as a modern miracle of Australian minting. Unlike ancient gold or silver coins that have centuries of history behind them, this coin is less than half a century old yet has captured worldwide attention. The thrill of knowing that such a valuable piece might still sit unnoticed in someone's coin jar keeps collectors searching. Its story is not just about money, but about the idea that treasures can emerge from the most unexpected places. People who follow coin auctions know that every time this Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin appears for sale, it makes headlines, drawing in not only passionate numismatists, but also investors and even curious onlookers, who are amazed at the price attached to what seems like just a 50-cent piece. The 1982 Commonwealth Games 50-cent coin proves that rarity and a compelling story can elevate even modern base metal coinage into the realm of high-end collectibles. With its extraordinary market value of $120,000, it represents one of the most dramatic examples of how history, error, and collector passion can converge. Today, it stands as a reminder that sometimes the smallest objects hold the biggest surprises, and that hidden among ordinary change there might be a piece of history worth a fortune. Next up, the 2001 Centenary of Federation 50-cent coin was released as part of Australia's celebrations. Marking 100 years since the nation's federation in 1901, it was a major event in Australian history, and the Royal Australian Mint issued a wide range of special commemorative coins to honor it. Among these, the 50-cent pieces became especially popular because they carried unique reverse designs representing different states and territories of Australia. Millions of coins were released into circulation, with most people simply spending them without much thought. However, tucked within this large release lies a highly prized variety that has become the focus of intense interest among collectors. This rare coin stands apart due to specific minting characteristics that make it exceptionally scarce, ensuring it holds a legendary reputation within Australian numismatics. The high-grade market value of the 2001 Centenary of Federation 50-cent coin has been recorded at an incredible $95,000. Such a staggering price tag comes from the fact that only a handful of examples of the rare variety are known to exist. For ordinary Australians, it is almost unimaginable that a coin they may once have carried in their pocket or received in change could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. For collectors, however, this coin represents both a challenge and a dream. The challenge being to actually find one, and the dream being to add such a historic and valuable piece to their collection. Its appeal comes not only from rarity, but also from its symbolic meaning. Federation marked the moment when the 6 separate British colonies united to form the Commonwealth of Australia, creating the nation's own constitution and government. This coin is more than a collectible. It is a piece of history that embodies the birth of modern Australia. The idea that a small object like this can reflect both national pride and immense monetary value is what keeps interest alive. Auction houses know that whenever a Centenary of Federation 50-cent coin in top condition appears on the market, it creates an immediate buzz, often drawing fierce bidding from both Australian and international collectors. The 2001 Centenary of Federation 50-cent coin is a modern treasure, combining national symbolism with numismatic rarity in a way that few other pieces can match. With a market value soaring as high as $95,000, it stands as one of the most remarkable finds in recent Australian coinage. Its story shows how coins are not only tools for trade, but also cultural artifacts and hidden investments waiting to be discovered. For those lucky enough to own one, it is not just a coin, it is a piece of Australia's history worth a fortune. Next up, the 2000 coat of arms 50-cent coin is one of the most intriguing pieces in the entire series of Australian commemorative and circulating coins. At first, it appears to be just another standard dodecagonal 50-cent, struck in copper nickel and bearing the traditional Australian coat of arms on its reverse, the kangaroo and emu, standing proudly on either side of the shield, a symbol deeply tied to national identity. Yet hidden among the millions of coins minted in the year 2000 lies a mysterious variety that completely changed the way collectors view modern decimal issues. This coin became famous for a striking minting anomaly that set it apart from ordinary circulation pieces, transforming what many would overlook into one of the most sought-after rarities in the Australian numismatic world. The high-grade market value of the 2000 coat of arms 50-cent coin has been recorded at an astonishing 135 zurins. This makes it not only one of the most valuable modern Australian coins, but also a record breaker among copper-nickel issues. The sheer number attached to this piece is enough to leave people speechless. After all, a coin with a face value of just half, $1 rising to over $100,000 in value, is almost beyond comprehension. But such is the power of rarity and collector demand. The story of this coin has spread widely across the numismatic community, fueling the hope that somewhere in everyday change, one of these hidden treasures could still be waiting to be found. What captivates collectors most about this coin is the drama behind its creation. The error variety, known to only a select few when first discovered, became legendary for its unique misstrike involving mismatched dies. This accident created a small number of pieces that stand entirely apart from the regular production. It is this exact kind of human and mechanical mistake that sparks excitement in numismatics, as it adds a one-of-a-kind story to a coin's history. To hold such a piece is to own both a tangible error of the mint and a priceless artifact of Australia's monetary heritage. The 2000 coat of arms 50-cent coin is more than a rare collectible. It is a symbol of how history, luck, and human imperfection can combine to produce something extraordinary, with a current market value reaching as high as $35,000. It represents the very pinnacle of modern Australian coin collecting. For anyone who has ever checked their spare change in hope of finding something rare, this coin is the ultimate prize. Proof that even the smallest and most ordinary object can hide unimaginable worth. Next up, the 1977 Silver Jubilee 50-cent coin was issued to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, marking her Silver Jubilee. Like other commemorative coins of its era, it was released into circulation in huge numbers, meaning most Australians at the time would have seen or used one in everyday transactions. The reverse design was created specifically for the occasion, featuring a distinctive crown at its center, surrounded by a laurel wreath, with the dates 1952-1977 inscribed to honor the Queen's years of service. At first glance, the coin seemed just like any other special release, produced for a national celebration. Yet hidden within this mintage, a unique variety emerged that would go on to become one of the most extraordinary rarities in Australian numismatics, turning what seemed like an ordinary coin into a treasure of immense value. The high-grade market value of the 1977 Silver Jubilee 50-cent coin has been recorded at an astonishing 185 zero. This figure places it among the most valuable commemorative decimal coins ever produced in Australia. For a coin with a face value of just $50 to command nearly $200,000 Dollars at auction is almost unbelievable, but such is the impact of rarity combined with historical significance. Collectors see this coin not only as a monetary investment, but also as a cultural artifact tied to both Australian and Commonwealth history. When news broke of its rarity and immense value, it ignited excitement across the numismatic community, inspiring countless people to go back through their collections and old jars of change in the hopes of finding one of these elusive treasures. What makes this coin so remarkable is the perfect balance between its symbolism and its scarcity. The Silver Jubilee itself was a monumental event, celebrated across the world, and Australia played an active part in honoring the Queen's 25 years on the throne. To have a coin from that very celebration become one of the rarest and most expensive modern issues adds another layer of prestige. The rare variety is believed to have resulted from a minting error, a subtle but critical difference that separates it from the millions of standard circulation pieces. That tiny distinction is what propels its value from mere cents to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The 19th Silver Jubilee 50-cent coin is now regarded as a crown jewel of Australian decimal collecting, with a market value as high as $185,000. It stands as a remarkable example of how history, celebration, and an unexpected rarity can combine to create one of the most sought-after coins in modern numismatics. It is a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coin may conceal an extraordinary story, and that among the everyday, there sometimes lies a treasure worth a fortune. Next up, the 1994 Year of the Family. 50-cent coin was released to recognize and celebrate the United Nations International Year of the Family. The design on the reverse is simple yet powerful, featuring a stylized image of a family group, symbolizing unity, care, and togetherness. Millions of these coins were struck for circulation, and for most people at the time, it was just another commemorative release to mark a significant global theme. Yet within this mintage exists an extraordinary rarity that has since become one of the most valuable and talked about coins in Australia's decimal series. What began as a coin designed to spread awareness about family values has, over time, transformed into a numismatic legend, carrying with it a story that fascinates collectors across the globe. The high-grade market value of the 1994 Year of the Family 50-cent coin has reached an unbelievable $240,000. This makes it one of the highest-valued 50-cent pieces in Australian history. The reason for this staggering value lies in its extreme rarity, a rare variety, believed to have been the result of an unusual minting error. For collectors, finding such a coin is the equivalent of striking gold. It represents not just a financial prize, but the thrill of uncovering something that almost no one else possesses. The knowledge that a seemingly ordinary coin from the mid-1990s could command nearly $250,000 adds a layer of mystery and excitement that few collectibles can rival. The appeal of this coin extends far beyond its monetary value. It reflects a unique intersection between social history and numismatic rarity. The year 1994 was a time when the United Nations placed emphasis on family values, and Australia's decision to issue a commemorative coin shows how coins often serve as cultural messengers. The rare variety elevates this message, giving it an unexpected legacy within the collecting world. Auction houses and private sales have seen intense competition whenever an example surfaces, and the stories of these bidding wars only heighten the mystique around the coin. The 1994 Year of the Family 50-cent coin is now a symbol of how modern commemorative issues, often dismissed as ordinary, can turn into treasures of immense worth. With a current market value reaching as high as $240,000, it is celebrated as one of the ultimate rarities in Australian decimal coinage. It proves that behind every coin lies not only history and symbolism, but also the possibility of discovery, and that even the smallest piece of change may one day reveal itself to be a fortune.